I've been chilling in the clouds lately. I've been flying more.
Hey y'all, hey, and welcome. If you like what it is that you see, like, comment, and subscribe. You can follow Visionary Price, the amazing visionary behind all of this, and follow myself at Miss We Care. We got more content coming, guys.
I've been chilling in the clouds lately. I've been flying more. I got my tribe on my back. That's who I'm shining for. And if I ever catch a bullet, that's who I'm dying for. Can't call me the black sheep, because now all I do is roll. I'm leading the pack. They who I do it for. They wake up my passion when it's been on snooze. I'm who they rooting for. And if all you got is haters around you, you who they shooting for. They aiming at your neck, but in your face smiling. Smiles full of envy, the enemy stay trying. You can aim at my wings, but baby, I'm still gonna stay flying. But you could try it, but I'ma still flat, bitch, because my soul and my passion and my talent, they ain't ever dying. Gully.
What's up, visionaries? I am Visionary Price. We are at the Visionary Place. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. That's the only way we're gonna be able to keep this going. This one is for the visionaries. Everybody go through things and looking for a way out. This your way out. So tap in for sure. This for us. Let's go, visionaries. What's up, y'all? It's Visionary Price. As you can see, we out here at the Visionary Place. We in nature. So beautiful, right?
I love it.
Amazing.
I love
Today,
this is a dope spot.
Thank you. Today, we got somebody amazing, dope, poetic. So many words I could say. She was actually a feature on Juan Poetry, and I think that's the dopest thing, because if you know Juan, you know that's one of the biggest platforms in Houston, period. Maybe in the South, I really don't know as far as like the reach, but I know it's big.
Yeah.
But an advocate of mental health. You know, I did some research.
Okay, I see you.
Yeah,
I see you.
amazing. But that's enough of me talking. I want her to introduce herself.
All right, bet. So I'm Gully Thoughts. My actual government is Jakia Brew. I'm an author. I have 2 books. I have a poetry book. It's called Unorthodox Words. It's really just a poetry book to guide people that need hope, who's in a down point in life, depression, suicidal thoughts. In our community, we don't talk about it enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of people out here struggling. So I actually went through that myself, so I decided to write that book for other people to give them hope. My second book, Heal, Boss Up, Repeat, is a workbook for people to go through. You need help writing, journal prompts, challenges, tap into your inner self, really get to love yourself again. So those are my 2 books. I have a site, you know, I have online courses, workshops. Anybody that really just needs help, but you can't really afford therapy, or you don't really feel comfortable talking to a therapist, you know, that's what I'm here for.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So before you became the person you are now, you know, we all got a background and where we come from. You feel me? You talked about mental health, and I'm sure that wasn't something that popped up today.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna talk about mental health specifically. I want to know who you are. So where you from?
Yeah.
And how would you say you was raised?
So I'm an Army brat, so I'm from all over. My mom was in the Army, so we moved a lot. But nature I was raised.
Is definitely nature.
Yeah,
right
the
now.
birds are cuckoo.
Yeah, so I'm sorry about that.
Nah, we good. So how I was raised, you know, I feel like my parents did the best that they could with what they had. You know, my mom was a hard worker, my dad was a hard worker, but my dad did leave when I was 8. My parents got divorced, and we kind of didn't really see him much after that. But my mom really held us down as a single mom. You know, there's also some, you know, family trauma that always happens. There's some shit that always goes down that us black people like to scoot under the rug. If you want to know about it, go read my book.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, I went through some tough shit as a kid, and also being in a black family that's religious wasn't the most accepting of me being gay. So that was really hard. But you know, I think God had me go through all those things, because now I could be a voice for the people that don't have that, that don't have the ability to have support or family. I know what that feel like. I know, you know, what you got to do to kind of gas yourself up to get through life. So yeah, that's really me.
Yeah, so you talked about, you know, your parents having a divorce, you know what I'm saying? And you was an Army brat, so you was like in Germany and all these different places. When that happened, was you in the States?
Yeah, I was in Houston.
You was in Houston?
Yeah.
Okay, so when that had happened, did you start seeing a change in your mental health and things like that, or that came later and things?
Yeah, I didn't know the words for it though. You get what I'm saying? I didn't really start getting into this mental health journey until 5 years ago. But as a child, I mean, You know, I was playing basketball every day on the weekends, summer ball, school ball. So I was so busy that I didn't know I was sad, to be honest. You know, that shit didn't hit me till I got to college, and I started doing drugs and I started partying, and, you know, I got really into the party scene. And then I stopped doing drugs, and then everything hit me, and I was like, oh,
wait.
Okay, hold up. I might need to deal with this. But when I was a kid, man, I was hooping and I was having the time of my life. I didn't notice, you know, I didn't realize until later on in life. Yeah.
Now, this is a little personal question.
Yeah.
I'm just really curious, you know. You say you gay.
Yeah.
Have you always been that before anything? Like, you always had these feelings?
Yeah. I feel like as a kid, you know, I remember kindergarten, you know, all the little girls, we was all like on a playground for recess, and they was just like, you know, kikiing with the boys. And this is we're young, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, no, they're my dogs. You know what I mean? They're cute or whatever, you know? And then, you know, as I got older and, you know, being in middle school and in junior high, I'm just like, you know, I just always felt like the guys that I was around was like my friends. And I never could get past, you know, that feeling. I actually had a couple boyfriends in high school. I tried it. And it just, it didn't do it for me.
Even when y'all was boyfriend, girlfriend, you never could see past like that.
Like it was just like, we was cool, you know? And it was nothing wrong with the boys. Like, you know, they treated me good, and, you know, they would probably be great husbands. I don't know. Shit. I mean, didn't let it get that far. But, you know, to this day, I'm cool with them. And they laugh all the time. They're like, yeah, we knew you was gay. Like, you know what I mean? But
where did poetry come from?
Yeah. So I used to write as a kid because I didn't really have, you know, the outlet. I feel like a lot of us as children didn't really have a voice. You know, it's like I said what I said, and you gonna do what I do, and you don't ask no questions about it. You know what I'm saying? That just is the culture. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's just what we grew up in. So I always had this little drawing book I used to draw when I was a kid, and I would draw a picture about how I feel or what was going on, and then I would write something under it, and that just kind of evolved. And then I remember when I was 17 for my graduation gift, they gave me a MacBook. And, you know, they had this thing called GarageBand where you can make your own beats. So I started making my own beats, and I just started spitting poetry over the beats. And it just became a thing, and it evolved, and I started sending it to my friends, and they was like, bitch, you need to get on stage. And I was just like, hell no. Like, I wasn't this confident person. I wasn't, you know, I was very shy. I was very to myself. And so 2.5 years ago was the first time I graced a stage. So that's kind of how, you know, the whole poetry journey. But I've always wrote. I just never shared it outside my friends and my family. Yeah.
I think I really want to talk about this because I've experienced it personally. You know what I'm saying? Being somebody who is introverted. I was shy, for real, and you was shy, like you were saying. Going out to perform for the first time, how did that feel? People that don't know.
I was stuttering. I forgot my whole poem, forgot 3 lines. Like, it was horrible. I cried after. It was a mess. But I'm glad I did it. You know, I'm glad I did it. You can't ever succeed in nothing if you don't try first. So it's like, I was really in my own way. My anxiety, oh my gosh, what are they going to think of me? What if I mess up? And I messed up. So it's like, who cares? Now look at me. You know what I mean? So I always tell people that are afraid or that are nervous, that's okay. Because even to this day, I'm still nervous. I was nervous walking up here. I was sweating. You know what I mean? But you just got to push through that nervous and turn that nervousness into some other type of energy. Like, every energy can be transformed. So if you're nervous or you're afraid, you don't got to stay there. It can be catapulted into something else. So go ahead.
It's natural. It's natural. You know, it's called alchemy.
Yeah.
Being able to change energy to something better and stuff like that. It's called alchemy.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
It's real. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the dopest thing ever. Do you know a time when you had to do that, other than like, it only comes when you're nervous, or, you know, sorry, I fucked up. Let me get that back. I fucked up. Yeah, I think that's the dopest thing ever. Where do you see yourself at in your poetry journey now? Like, are you feel like you at where you want to be, or you still, of course, got heights to reach? But where do you see you at?
I don't feel like I'm gonna ever arrive. You know what I'm saying? I feel like till I go to the grave, I'm always hustle and I'm always push myself. I'm a very ambitious person. So I just really feel like what I want is, I really want my poetry to reach as many people as I can. You know what I'm saying? Being on the One Poetry stage, you know, that was amazing. I never had my poetry, the video that they posted is, I think 250,000 views. I've never had my poetry reach that many people. You know, I remember being in rooms with 4 people, 6 people. 10 people, you know what I mean? So to be able to have my poetry reach the masses and people can hear, you know, something about mental health or something inspiring or something that just gives them a little hope, like that's all I want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whether that's through videos, whether that's through a poetry show, whether that's through a slam, whether that's through my book, whether that's through my mental health awareness company, like whatever I'm doing, my goal is to reach as many people. Like I want my brand to be global for a reason.
What would you say, I didn't mean to cut your wisdom, but what would you say is the overall message? Is it mental health or is like, what are you trying to get
My
across?
overall message is whatever you see in me, whatever power, whatever confidence, whatever beauty is in you. So I'm just a mirror. I just always want to be a walking mirror because, you know, especially in our community, we be some hating ass motherfuckers. Let's just keep it real. Like you walk in a room and people are like, who she thinks she is? You know, and why do we have to be like that? Why can't we just all like want to be better? Why can't we all just want to grow? Why can't we all just want to expand? So that's literally my mission is whatever I'm doing, I want to pour into somebody else so they could do it better than me. They can inspire other people past me. Like we got to pass the torch to the next generation.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that's my mission.
I think being able to see the light in everybody and you can see it in yourself, that's what's going to keep us growing and keep us elevating to better heights. You know what I'm saying? If you always see somebody and it feel like they turn your light off by just walking in, you will never be anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to realize that I can do it, you can too. What other hobbies you got?
So I love to hike. I know it sounds weird, we ain't got no mountains, but I lived in Arizona and I just fell in love with the mountains and just being at the top of a mountain and looking down and just seeing how small you are, like ain't no other feeling like that.
Yeah.
So I try to go to everywhere. I went to Georgia, Utah, Arizona. I just hiked a volcano in El Salvador. Like, I just love it.
That's dope.
Yeah, I just love it.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna say I'm scared.
Yeah, I feel you. There be animals up there and shit, so I get it.
I seen a video of a mountain lion chasing somebody one time. I'm like,
I ain't seen one yet. Yikes, now you got me to see. I don't even be worried about that. I'm getting to the top. Getting to the top.
But that comes with, you know, being optimistic though.
Yeah.
You're thinking the best. Like, I'm trying to get to the top of this mountain. I don't give a fuck.
And I say my prayer. You know, I'm like, I'm protected. You know, God got me. Like, and, you know, he protects me every time, so.
Hey.
You know?
Yeah, I love that. So, like, do you know who you are?
Yeah, for sure. I think I do know who I am. I think I always want to discover more. You know what I'm saying? I'm still in therapy. I feel like I almost got you.
Yeah. Nature was naturing.
Nature is nature.
Real close. But yeah, where you say you at in your journey right now?
Yeah, I'm still in therapy, so I still feel like I'm discovering a lot about myself. You know, I feel like we all have traumas that we suppressed, and then it come back up, and we like, oh, that's why I do that, and that's why I react that way. That's why I treat people that way. So I feel like I'm always growing, but I definitely finally know who I am to where if somebody come at me and try to play me or somebody try to, you know, do anything, we're not going for that. You know, in the past, I'd be like, oh, you know, a little passive and let shit slide. Yeah, no, we're not doing that no more.
Boundaries.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's like, you know, I'm always growing. I'm always learning. But I definitely finally can say I love myself. And I don't have to hate myself. I don't have to hate what I've been through. I don't have to hate, you know, the pain anymore. It's like I accept it all. It happened. Whatever decisions I made them. Can't undo the shit. But let's just learn from it. And that's where I'm at.
It sounds like if it's out of your control, whatever. Like it is what it is.
Period.
Yeah. What do you say you do got control over?
My mental. I got full control over this. I used to not think I did. You know, they diagnosed me with major depressive disorder in 2017. I was in a mental hospital and had a suicide attempt. So, you know, I used to think that I couldn't control my thoughts, my mind. I was just, girl, I was going through it. But now it's just like my breath. There's a lot of strength in my breath. You know what I'm saying? Me sitting and just breathing, me sitting and praying, my relationship with God has changed drastically. Me just really depending on this spiritual power more than the meds and everything that, you know, the healthcare tries to push on you. I have full control over this. You get what I'm saying? When the Bible say you can transform your thoughts, that's real. You know, at that one point where you're triggered and something that happened in the past, you feel like it's happening now, but it's not. You just got to bring yourself back into the present. That's controlling yourself. Or you could freak the fuck out and flip up tables, and you know, you get to choose. We have a decision.
Oh my God.
So
Beautiful.
yeah, I feel like we have that free will to be whoever we want to be, and that's the control that I have. I can't control the birds chirping and the bees coming, and you know what I'm saying?
But you control how you react to it.
Yeah, we chilling. You know what I'm saying? We chilling. We not fazed by it. You know, I could be like, oh my God, cut the camera. That's it. But it's like we have full control of how we react, how we respond, how we show up in the world every day.
Do you know who TSleeveless is?
No.
Okay, well, he's from Jersey. He
Okay.
actually came out here to do wine poetry.
Dope.
He was not a feature, but his friend was a feature.
Okay.
Visionary the poet.
Yeah.
Anyway, he brought up a poem that he has. It's basically based on the pencil, right?
Yeah.
You got a pencil that can create whatever you make. Then at the end of it, you got the eraser that can delete whatever you make.
Okay.
And it comes back to what you were saying. You
Yeah.
got choices in this life. You either can create
Yeah.
or erase.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I'm
like
saying?
that.
Facts.
I like that.
Even that thought alone really built me to the person I am today,
Yeah.
because it gave me the power back.
Yeah.
Now I know how to take accountability for when I fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I know how to accept when I did something good. You know what I'm saying? It's one and the same.
Yeah.
You just gotta
I love that.
alchemy change how you thinking about it.
There's power in accountability. I like that you said that.
The power of accountability. What do that mean to you?
It really just means owning your shit, really seeing yourself. I think people get so used to wearing their masks that they forget that that's not who they really are. So, you know, you show up to work, you have a mask. You show up to your family, you have a mask. You show up in your relationship, you have a mask. But then you go to sleep and something not right inside by yourself. And so you're not really seeing yourself. You in the world pretending like you somebody else. So accountability is like, okay, I see myself. I see I fucked up on Tuesday. I see I need to probably do this better on Thursday. And then you do it. And there's power in that because nobody can change you but you. So we waiting for somebody to save us. And God's like, I already gave you the power to do it. So do it, you know? And that's what I feel like the power of accountability is.
So have you always had that power of accountability?
Hell no. I was used to be the most defensive person in the world. Like somebody tell me something, that ain't me. I ain't do that. You know, I had to, like I said, I had to hit the rock bottom and have that mental breakdown, and I didn't even know I was depressed. So I'm in a mental hospital and I'm sitting next to this person with schizophrenia. I'm sitting next to this person with bipolar, and my prideful ass is like, I don't need to be here. This ain't for me.
My people. I
right?
know these people.
It's like they was flipping chairs, throwing chairs, like it was crazy in there. So I was just like, send me home. Like this not for me. But no, I needed to be there. I really needed to be there. Like I wasn't seeing myself. I wasn't seeing how much trauma and pain I was carrying, and I was just suppressing it with drugs and pills. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't realize, because you know everybody in their 20s, we drinking, we partying, like that's what we do. Yeah. So I didn't even realize that I was so sad and so depressed. So no, I didn't always have that accountability.
What made you go to the hospital?
I don't really think I had a choice. You know, I woke up from the hospital after my overdose, and the doctor was like, do you want to be here? I was like, no, I don't, you know? So.
Yeah, okay, that's a bad.
Yeah.
I honestly, personally, never dealt with mental health issues.
Yeah.
And I think that's the gift and the gift, because I draw people that have.
Yeah.
My brother.
Yeah.
Really schizophrenic, bipolar and stuff like that. Like on another level. I never seen it until he turned 25, 20, like he was older in age.
Yeah.
And it's the guy I always looked up to. And that shit hurt me so bad, you know what I'm saying? And then I realized like people go through these things.
Yeah.
It was to the point where nobody in our family ever dealt with that until he came along and showed us like it's a different life out here. You know what I'm saying? So I do want to advocate for people with mental health issues, because it's serious, and you in your head all day. I'm not in your head. I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what you're suffering from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's just a different level. So I want to shout out to you for just your story alone and what you pushing, because it's very serious. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like, because you look good, that you're coming up from this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I've came a long way.
Dope. But I have no question with that. I just really wanted to tell you.
No, I appreciate that. And how do you feel like, for people that do have people in their family with mental health issues, like how do you feel like they can support them better and show up for them better? Like how do you show up for your brother in his episodes or whatever he's going through? Like what advice would you give them?
So in my personal story, is I realized that the more I show up for my brother, and this is very backwards, but this is my personal story. I don't want nobody to take this and run with it. It's the more I realize this over time, the more I show up for my brother, the worse he get. Seriously, like
Okay.
he's one of the people I feel like you gotta love from a distance and hope he does his best, because the more you bring him in, the more it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And it took me a long time to realize that. At first, I'm always there. I'm my big brother, little brother, but I'm the big brother.
Right.
So anytime you need me, I was there.
Yeah.
But now I realize you gotta let him go. You know what I'm saying? And it's so hard. This my dog.
Yeah.
But sometimes you gotta love people from a distance.
That's real.
And
That's real.
So I don't know how it is for somebody else.
Yeah.
What would you need for somebody, you know, when you going through these hard times?
Honestly, it depends, because I'm the same way. Like I'm the isolator. Like I don't like people being in my face and asking me what's wrong and trying to hold me while I cry. Like I don't like that. Like I said, like you said, you know, don't take this and run with it, because some people need that. Some people need the hugs and the, you know, my family used to come to my house and try to drop off food, and I'm just like, leave it at the door. Like I just don't like people in my space when I'm trying to process and when I'm trying to like deal with whatever I'm dealing with. But not everybody's like that. So I don't really know how to tell people to show up for me, to be honest. I just be like, I'll be good. I'll call you if I really need you. Like I know how to not be prideful, because I know you was talking about it with Trey earlier. You know, we don't ask for help. I don't ask for help. So you ask me if I need help? No, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't feel the need to. But now I'm pushing myself to really reach out if I need it, because I know where I can go if I don't. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, your mind can be a tricky thing. And as much as a self-care journey that I'm on and I'm building myself up, we all have down days. So sometimes I do have to like hit my sister up like, all right, sis, let's go to the park or something. Let's chop it up, because I ain't all right today. You know, but in the past, no, I ain't call nobody. I ain't text nobody. But yeah, I feel like reaching out is important, and however you need people, let them know, because sometimes I don't even know what to tell them.
Yeah. Do it help even knowing somebody would be there if they could be there?
Yeah. And I think that's why they have the suicide hotline, because they know people don't have people, you know?
Facts. Yeah. Well, shit, we grateful to have people around, you know what I'm saying?
Very much so.
Let's get back to you.
Okay.
Poetry, right? When you coming up with these poems, first of all, how many poems you think you in? Like, how many poems do you got? You feel me?
I mean, there's 100 pages in my poetry book. So, I mean, that's just my book. My notes app, probably about 300. In my head, probably about thousands. But I've probably spit on stage in the Houston stages on the East Coast, in Dallas. I've probably spit about, I want to say 15 poems. Yeah.
Do you have a poem for every category?
Pretty much. So I kind of, you know, because of the business that I have, I get asked to come speak at women empowerment events or poetry camps for kids. So I kind of just tailor it to whatever vibe I'm going to. So if it's for the kids, I ain't gonna be talking about pussy and, you know what I'm saying?
So for the kids,
it's for the kids. So, but if I'm at a women empowerment, I'm gonna talk about empowerment and self-love and inspiration. You know what I'm saying? So I have a poem kind of for, if I go to church and they ask me to come to the churches, I have a church poem. So it's kind of, you know.
Even the one you spit today, that was dope.
Thank you.
Dope as hell. I don't remember exactly what you said when you did this, but I'm like, I feel like. Hey,
but you remember, and that's all that matters.
Facts. So your creative process, me?
Yeah.
I can literally work the whole entire day, like physically doing some labor, and I'll be thinking of a poem or something in my head, and I can have it by the end of the day. I think that's the dopest shit. Let me clap myself on the back.
True creative right here.
Yeah. How do you come up with your stuff?
It depends. It really depends on my mood. So I feel like my finest bars be in the shower, and I have to hurry up and get out. Nah, dead ass. I be, oh shit. Like dead ass. So I'll be having to come out and like either I record it on my phone and then write it later, or I just put random lines in my notes, and then later I build a poem off of that. So, but if I'm like in my feelings, I could really sit down and just write and drink some wine and just, you know, come out with some fire. But usually it's just like little snippets, little bits and pieces. Like the one that I spit today, I was just outside and I was like, damn. Just looking at the clouds. And then I just started writing about the clouds, and then it kind of just built on that and came up with the cipher piece. But yeah.
Okay, so I was did some research on you, you know what I'm saying? One of the videos that stuck out so much when you did your feature on Juan, you were saying that I manifested this, and I remember sitting in the back. Like, talk about that experience.
Yeah, man. So it's crazy because I've been going to Juan for a while now. But I never thought I could do it, you know, until last year. That's when I really started getting to the city and started performing. And I can't even remember who was featuring, but she did 5 poems back to back. And I have never performed more than 1 poem. So I was like, yo, this is like a concert. Like, this a whole set. We could do that. And I was like, I want to do that. Like, I want to be up there. And I just worked my ass off. And people ask me, hey, Gully, come pull up, come perform. Hey, Gully, come do this cypher. Hey, Gully, come pull up with your table on your merch. And I'm like, all right. And I just said yes and yes and yes. And then it got to the point where I'm at TSU. We had a TSU event, and it was me and about 5 other poets on our poetry team. And the owner of Juan was there, and he performed. And I performed, and we're walking to our cars with our wagons, with all our merch and stuff. And he was like, Gully, I need you as a feature. And he was like, I have an opening in May. I said, perfect, that's my birthday month. And he said, all right. And he looked at his calendar, he said, May 17th. I said, even better, that's my grandma's birthday, and she passed away. So it was just alignment.
Alignment.
Yeah. So yeah, you could really manifest whatever you want.
Being on that stage.
Yeah.
And you a feature.
Yeah.
What was you thinking?
Ooh, baby, I was nervous. I was nervous, but I feel like my grandma was with me that day, and I just felt her energy, and I felt her power, and I don't know, I felt at home. I felt like this is what I'm supposed to be doing, and I don't want to be doing nothing else.
Dope. What was the response?
I mean, they loved it. Yeah, they loved it.
What was your internal response? Because we could perform and be like, I don't think I did it.
Man, I knew I killed that shit. Yeah. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Because I practice. Like, people don't understand, like, oh, you cocky. It's not that I'm cocky. I just know I prepare. And the way that I prepare, the way that I practice, I just don't know if people really be doing that for real. Like, I don't see this as a hobby. Like, while I'm sweeping, while I'm doing the dishes, while I'm running around the house, I'm just running my poems over and over. So when I get on stage, it's second nature to me. Y'all be spitting these songs like they y'all songs. That's how I be spitting my poems. I blast my poetry in my car like it's a song. You know what I'm saying? So I feel prepared when I go to those places, and so when I get off the stage, I am very proud.
That's exactly how I am. I'm not gonna lie. I gotta what they say, poor performance practice.
Yes.
Prevent poor performance.
Yeah.
I think about it all day, and then when I get up there, I do exactly what I've been thinking about.
Exactly.
Did you know I didn't perform? Last time I performed was 2015.
What?
Yeah, I performed at Juan last weekend.
Really?
Last Wednesday, 2 Wednesdays ago. One of them. I did it.
Yeah.
I was nervous.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
How'd you feel though?
See, I was thinking about exactly what I was gonna do, but I forgot that I'm a little rusty. You can't just sit there and just be so confident. I was trying to get them options like, hey, I got 2 poems.
Right.
I'll do this one and do this one. Then I fucked the whole thing up. I was like, damn. I'm gonna see if I could put it on the video.
Yeah.
I fucked it up, and then I was like, my bad, y'all. And then I just went.
Yeah.
I did good, they say.
Yeah.
But I just felt like after that, I was like, I'm rusty.
You
I gotta get that back. I gotta do that again.
But that's good fuel though.
It's fuel.
Yeah.
It's fuel for sure.
Yeah.
Now I want to do it again. This has been a dope interview.
Yes, I'm having a blast.
I really feel like I'm getting to know you, and that's dope. But one thing we didn't talk about is your name. Okay. Where do you get Gully Thoughts from?
Okay, so me and my sister used to always talk about, we was on the Gully wave. And kind of what the definition of Gully is, the different definitions in different cultures. So it can mean deep, it can mean from the streets, it can mean gutter, it can mean raw, it can mean like a narrow space in the Middle East. In Africa, it's kind of like, you from the slums. It's all different type of definitions. So when I combined Gully Thoughts, I created my blog in 2018. It was just like thoughts that I feel like are deep that we don't really talk about. And that's kind of how the name went. And so when I first got into the poetry scene, they were like, you need a stage name. I was like, well, I already have a business, and it's called Gully Thoughts, LLC. So I'm just stick with Gully Thoughts, and that's where we're at.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Gully Thoughts. And they can find you on social media as well.
Oh, yeah. At Gully Thoughts on Instagram, on Facebook, or my website, gullythoughts.com. I got merch. I got new merch dropping next week, actually. So y'all go check that out.
Yeah, and heal, boss up, and repeat.
Period. Heavy on the repeat.
You feel me? Nah, that's dope. That's dope. Yeah, I really feel like this has been a dope episode. Yeah. So let me do this. What's up, y'all? It's Visionary Price. As y'all can see, we're in Visionary's place. This has been a dope interview. I hope you got to know who Gully Thoughts is. You feel me? Because she is just so dope. And you know what's the best thing about this is? I feel like we talked about enough for them to know you, but still not enough to where we got another episode coming.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I love it. More content loading. I'm here for it.
Come on now. So, yeah, that's all I got to say. You got anything else to add?
Man, just be you, man. Don't try to be like nobody else. Just be yourself. Follow me at Gully Thoughts. Go to my site. Get your book. Get your merch. Hit me up if you need anything.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Period.
Say it.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Love it.